We're beginning this episode of Fever Originals 2.0 and action! What's up, my man? How you doing?
How can I ever match your energy?
Alright, this is Fever Originals 2.0. जैसा मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, ये इंडिया का पहला original music countdown show where we celebrate artists, where we celebrate music, उनकी journey. And today I have a very special artist with me, a friend, a brother. The guy who loves cricket. We're going to talk about cricket also. We're going to talk about Virat Kohli also. हम ये सब चीजें तो डिस्कस करेंगे ही करेंगे, लेकिन most importantly his music. Zaeden with me in the studio. Thank you so much for joining me, brother.
Thank you so much for having me.
आप किसी को भी लेके आए हैं आज, हमारे एक बहुत ही पुराने अजीज दोस्त हैं ये. Would you like to introduce the man with the
Give it up for Chetu.
Chetu, thank you so much. Chetu, you've been like jamming with all the artists all around, and I've seen some of your gigs, even with Lisa. You've been playing live gigs. I also heard you sing one track live, and yeah, he sings, dude.
I had no idea about
ये गाते हैं. तो उसके बारे में भी बात करेंगे. फीवर ओरिजिनल्स है यार, आर्टिस्ट को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं यहाँ पर. ये एक सेलिब्रेशन होने वाला है वीकेंड पर. We're going to set your weekend absolutely right. So, bro, OG music जैसा मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, is the king and it is here to stay. Film music, yes, हम सब Bollywood पे, you know, we've grown up to that kind of music, Hindi film music, and we enjoy that. But OG music, आपके लिए, how important is it?
I still remember I used to have this CD of Raghav's album. He was one of my favorite artists, and now
The Angel Eyes one?
Yes, man.
Dude,
I think,
the kurtis.
was it called Storyteller?
I think it was Storyteller.
Yes, I might be wrong about that, but yeah, I used to listen to that album on repeat, and now we're good friends, and yeah, man, it's crazy how music has evolved, how artists have evolved.
Zaeden, your track लगदा ना, मैं हमेशा ये कहता हूँ शो पे कि आपकी एक टाइप का एक साउंड है, and I'm not putting you in a certain box, but there's an audience for your sound. Everybody loves the way when you perform. I know that you have this whole fan following of yours, but with Lagda na, I think there are new fans who've come in because the sound बहुत ही अलग था यार. It was very different from generally आप जो करते हैं, and it paid off so well.
All thanks to the collaborators, man. I still remember when Stana sent me the beat. So I met Stana at this writers camp in Goa. Divine,
Gigi,
and yeah,
Gully Gang.
Yeah, they were working on like a ton of music,
Right.
and Divine was very kind to invite me for the writers camp, and he was like, "You have to work with Stana."
Right.
20 minutes we made this other song Samjhena, and after that we started working on Lagdana. So all thanks to him, man. He came up with such a different sound, which was like sonically so different for me.
Right.
After Genesis.
Right.
And yeah, man, I tried my best, and I don't know, I just heard that top line in Punjabi for some reason, and I wanted to do something in Punjabi after the cover I put out of Kinnachar. So a lot of people were saying you should do something in Punjabi. So that's how Lagdana happened. Again, man, like very happy with the reaction. It was an independent song, no label, no nothing, and still like, you know, it did super well.
Right.
People are singing along to the song at the shows, and that is everything to me, man. Even with Jana, like the first time I played it, even before the release, I remember the second and the third chorus people were like already singing.
Right.
And that is the best sign for any artist.
Right.
Like people singing along to your songs is the best feeling ever,
I
man.
think that validates the fact that कि
I
आपने
genuinely can't express that feeling in words. I can't.
I know. That it just makes you feel good, like यार ये
Yeah.
गाना चल गया यार,
Yeah.
and people are resonating with it. But I think the genesis of his genius began after Lagdana with a new kind of sound.
Yes, yeah.
For you to get down. So come on, everybody come around. This is how it is. This is how it goes.
Yeah,
okay,
I
I'm just
don't know
rapping into
about
a
that.
different zone, but hey man, Lagdana was the genesis of his genius. Wow, I like that alliteration also.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank
So-
you. I'm gonna see that.
So what we're gonna do is, क्योंकि Lagdana has been there on this playlist for so many weeks now, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
doing supremely well. And आपका नया track आया है Jana. Tell us a little bit about it, man.
So this is the first song that actually a thought turned into a song. Usually I'm sitting with my guitar, I come up with melodies. Melodies are turning into voice notes into, you know, working with a lot of collaborators, writers, producers. So that's how like the basic idea is formed. That is like my go-to process. But for the first time, it was just the thought of fighting for love that really struck me in a different way. And yeah, man, we have so many like distractions out there. For some people, it could be just like overusing Insta. For some people, it's like just being so overambitious about their goals and everything that could be like so damaging.
An obstruction in your love life, and it's always a price you pay, right?
Exactly. But if you have something that you truly love, man, again, it could be a person, it could be a hobby, it could be anything, man. I think it's really worth fighting for, and that was the thought. And I just wanted to express something around that, and Jana is just my expression.
I think everybody who loves something, someone, whatever it is, will resonate with this because हर एक की
I hope
कहानी है,
so,
प्यार
man.
के साथ हर एक की एक कहानी जुड़ जाती है, and I think we resonate with your music, buddy. So
Thank you,
I think
bro.
both
Thank
of
you
you
so
are
much.
here. Before I drop this track, let's have it, yaar, in your voice.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
चले जा हम बेहिसाब, तेरा मेरा ये अफसाना, तू आके बोल लफ्जों को तोलना, दिल की खोज में मैं तुझे ही चाह मेरी जाना आना, वो दिल में समा जा, आजा आना, तू ना जाने कब से यादें बरसे.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was Zaeden for you with Jana, brother, and for everybody who is in love with your music, and most importantly, who follow you and who've showed you so much of love. Anything that you want to say before we drop the track?
As I mentioned, guys, just fight for your love. If you truly have that thing in your life, trust me, you don't want to be taking people around you, your family, your loved ones for granted, and regret it later. So if you have that person, if you have that something, it's definitely worth fighting for.
And it's definitely worth fighting for this man and his music because it is absolutely epic. Zaeden, yaar, Genesis was a beautiful album. Genesis के साथ आपने बहुत एक start दिया था, and there are a couple of tracks that you've done. Which one's your personal favorite? It's very hard to choose, but if you had to choose one track,
Man, that's a very tough one. I would
Jana
say,
for now.
एक जाना तो Genesis में नहीं है.
हाँ, Jana Genesis नहीं, अभी के लिए Jana is.
I would say क्या करूँ though, for the only reason that it was the first song that I ever wrote, so it will be very special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So एक काम
सारे
करें.
फेवरेट है यार.
हाँ, सारे फेवरेट, लेकिन ये जो फर्स्ट वाला था ना, जैसे हम कहते हैं पहला प्यार, पहला ब्रेकअप, पहली सैलरी, ये सब फर्स्ट वाला बहुत स्पेशल होता है.
Yeah.
So काम करें ये वाला.
Yeah, sure, we can.
Can we do this one?
Yeah. सोचता हूँ मैं हर एक दिन ये क्या बातें करूँ, क्या जानूँ मैं तुझसे, कहता हूँ मैं हर दिन खुद से, सपना है तू पाऊँ तुझे कैसे, रोज यूं खो रहा हूँ बेवजह, गा रहा हूँ रात दिन तेरा नाम लूँ. कभी कभी लगता है कि तू एक अपना है, तेरे बिन अब मैं क्या करूं मैं, मेरी इस हालत पे मुझे ही लगता है, तेरे बिन अब मैं क्या करूं मैं. क्या करूं मैं.
And it's time for me to sign off. But before we sign off, once again, brother, loved the whole theme, the whole feel of the track. आपने एक नया track drop किया है. You speak about fighting for something that you love, something that you are passionate about, and it could be a person, it could be a hobby, like you said, anything of that sort. Is there anything that you want to tell our listeners before we sign off?
As I mentioned earlier, just keep fighting for something that you truly love, and Jana is just my expression of that thought. I know that it could be like different for different people,
yeah.
different perspectives, different stories. So I would love to know what you think of the song and what's your story around it. It's like for me or like for a lot of artists out there, I think what truly matters is people telling us their narratives, their stories around our songs, not just yeah gana acha laga, like of course we get that, and that's so sweet, but at the same time, like what truly touches me is when people say that I heard this song when I was going through this phase of my life and it helped me in this way. Like those stories are super special and touching to me. When I see all these fans coming up for the shows and telling me these stories, it genuinely means everything to me, and it's kind of like a reminder for me to keep doing what I love, which is making music and making people happy.
Well, मैं बस यही कहूँगा, जाना अपनी जाना के लिए लड़ ले, whatever it is that you believe in and you really love and you're really passionate about. I think we are passionate about music and we will continue fighting for it, and OG music especially. So my story with this song, like you mentioned, is I'm going to fight for the OG music that we totally believe in and resonate with, and we want to thank you, Chetu. Thank you so much, man, for accompanying him today, and it's amazing to have you guys in the studio and create this kind of magic. Please keep coming with new music and new tracks, and I like I always say before I sign on, music is therapeutic and cathartic. ये एक ही medium है जिसका universal language love है.
Thank you so much, Glenn.
Thank you, man.
It's always special to come here. I always start my radio trail from Fever. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm signing off saying ciao, bye bye, ciao, ciao. I will meet you next weekend. Same time, same place. Take care of your health. Be awesome. Take care of your families. And don't ever, ever, ever forget to stay original. Ciao.